Hey everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing Margarete Miller's challenge for week 5 today. And because last time I missed a page and I went here instead of here, we're going to go backwards. Go to here. Well, just for this one, we're going to go backwards. The prompts say a sewing item, so I've got a very old tape measure here. Well, it doesn't look very clean, does it? So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to be doing it in pink. So we've got something pink. So we've got a bit of pink here ready to go. Something your state or country is known for. I've got this old, got a copy of an old receipt that I got from a fair I went to, from Sepples and Son. And Sepples and Son is in the Barossa Valley, and Barossa Valley in South Australia is very well known for its wine, so I'm going to use that for that. It says on there, manufacturers of spirits, cordials, liquors, bitters and vinegar. And this receipt actually says it's a claim for a case of red label claret, claret being a red wine, lost in transit to Nunda to Port Adelaide. I wonder why it went missing. A whole case for £1. I wonder if it went off the back of the lorry, a cartway, so to speak, and somebody nicked it. Who knows? Anyway, so that's what that is in 1926. It says cart number, but it says it's got a truck number as well. So anyway, I think that's really interesting, that bit. So I'm going to use that anyway to show that's what my state is famous for. An item representing a childhood memory. Well, when we came to Australia, after we finished living in a migrant hostel, we went to live in a place called Mount Burr. Now, Mount Burr is a timber town, and it was surrounded by pine forests, Pinus radiata, and the town was inside. The road was going through it, obviously, but the whole town was surrounded by pine forests. So that's a very strong memory of having these pine forests. Like behind the houses was, like where we lived, behind our house was a big tract of sand, and then behind the sand was all these trees. And then we used to do whole town practices for fire, and we had to go to the town oval, which was in the middle of the town. And but the whole town was surrounded by pine forest. Something ornate. I've decided that I'm going to use that as my something ornate, and this is ornate. This lantern is as ornate too. This is for something that starts with L. This is also a childhood memory for me. Perhaps not so much a childhood, but it represents the country where possibly not the country, but the South Wales where I was born, because my dad used to work down a coal mine, and when he first started working, they used to carry lanterns down there, and I've actually got a copy of one of his lanterns in my house, and they used to take the lanterns with them, and when it went out, you knew you were in trouble, you had to get out, basically. So I've got L for lantern, and it's ornate at the top as well as this whole, a receipt. That's just so ornate for a receipt. And this is why I got the first copy of it, the original of this, because of this beautiful top. And I wasn't able to get the whole thing on my scanner, but I'm going to have to go back and have another look, try again to get the whole thing on there. Anyway, so we'll start off with that. And it's so big. Whether I cut it and sort of fold it in half. Let's have a look. Just seems a shame. I think I might have to fold it in half like that, so that we can still flip it up if we wanted to, maybe. Or how am I going to do this so that I can see it? I'm going to have to go sideways, which is take up the whole page. I didn't really want to take up the whole page. Or should I just cut it in half? Which side do you reckon is more ornate? But the whole thing is ornate, and the whole thing tells the story of my state. I'm going to have to go sideways. Okay, so where am I going to put the prompt? I'm going to have to put the prompt that side, so let's do glue. So hot today that my glue is drying up. Just making sure I'm gluing the right side down here. So I do it that way. Yep. And then I can actually fold this up as well as part of the whole story. I fold that in there as well. Could have done a pocket, okay? If you do a pocket, you're going to be covering over some of that. I suppose I can cut off the bottom bit, so that's not as important. So I'm just going to add that in there, just to tie the whole thing in, and I'm going to do my sewing item on a piece of scrap paper in pink. Okay, cut that out. I did think about doing the trees pink, but I thought, no, I can't do that. We used to play long periods of time in the pine forest, well, not too far in, just on the edge of the pine forest. Used to make cubby houses by gathering up their pine needles and sort of making sort of like rooms out of them. Used to play in there for ages. Gonna put that there because it's not really that important. And the trees, let's have a look. Where are we going to put the trees? There's 3 trees. We could cover over the picture, that bit picture there. Just not the right, not the label. And the pink there, and the lantern to go behind. Oh look, it's got a cable address. So I suppose cable really was like an early kind of female, really. Just by, it was just, but cables were written. So I suppose emails were as well. That was sent by wire, but so was always SSS. SOS was transmitted by wire as well. So I suppose, were they the early forms of email, do you reckon? Kind of thing. I wonder if that's where it came from. Oh, these random thoughts when I'm collaging, sorry. I am covering up some of this heading, but I'm trying very hard to keep the letterhead there, and everything else is sort of relevant to the prompts. It's got all these grapes. See, it's got all these grapes, and grapevines. Seppeltsfield is actually a lovely place to go to in the Barossa Valley. We used to go there a lot when our children were younger. My sister used to come up from Adelaide, my mum and dad used to come up from Adelaide, and we used to go there and have barbecues and have they had lovely green spaces. We used to play cricket, and it was good fun. I've been up there for ages, because we don't live up that area anymore, but my mum and dad used to love going there. Don't know if I want doesn't really stand out that much, does it really? I probably should have put something behind it to make it pop, but then I suppose if you did that you could see, maybe you could outline it in black, okay, just to make it stand out a bit more. That way you can still see the writing and the pictures. So anyway, if you go to Seppelsfield now, the green spaces are still there, and they've got a very nice restaurant. But I don't tend to buy their wines. I haven't bought their wines for you. When we used to go there for barbecues, we used to go to the cellar door, buy wines to go with a barbecue, but we haven't done that for ages. I tend to buy wines from the Adelaide Hills. Make a really, there's a couple of companies up there that make a really great Sauvignon Blanc. Let's have a look. The sewing item, the tape, something your state or country is known for. My state is known for wines, and there's a label from a winery. An item represents your childhood memory. Do you know what? Do you know what I've done? I probably should have done my picture the other way around. I think it's too late. If I pull everything up, it's going to rip. And I've already traced around in black. It doesn't matter. My picture's going to be that way. An item representing your child memory, the pine trees and the lantern as well. Something ornate, there's the whole title page for this receipt. It's just so ornate, and so is the top of the lantern. It's quite ornate. Sorry, it's glary. It's trouble using metallic papers, but okay. Didn't do this one. Was there any point doing it, really? Didn't make a difference. Don't know. Okay. Something ornate, that and the top of the lantern. Something starts with L is the lantern itself, which is also a part of my childhood memory. And something starts, there's a bonus that's pink, so that's going to go in there with this other bit of the whole receipt. I could do it this way, couldn't I? Cut that bit off. Pop it in there like that. And there's the prompts as well, week 5. Simple, very simple, basic collage this week, but I think I probably made a mistake doing it that way around. Too late now. Thank you very much for joining me today. We'll see you again another time. Bye bye.